Hey, this is Elliot Wave Sage. Want to go ahead and do a quick update? Like always, none of this is financial advice. Always do what's best for you. All right, so I can't spend a lot of time on the video today. I just want to let everyone know where I think the market is. I did expect this reversal and bottom end process. We got that, so we're in a new bullish cycle higher, in potentially in 1-2s, or we could still be in this wave too. It doesn't really matter. This is an important low that has to hold. If this turns out to be a connector wave, then we're looking at 463 to 457. So that's why I have this area. I'm keeping an eye on it in case we do swing down here to buy the indices. But if I do believe that we're in this new cycle and should continue higher, and same thing, the Dow. Again, if we want to take that dump back down here for another 500 points, this is a good buy area. It looks like we had this flag, we broke out, we failed, now we broke back out. The market is so confused on what to do, but right now the count I have is this count, and then the triple Qs is the same thing. Bullish, the first cycle is over. I'm labeling it as a flat to call it a completed cycle, but that's really aggressive. You could just label this as an A leg in 5 with a connector in a 3-wave move, and now we take a swing down to 388 to finish C. That would be the more logical, forecast. However, this is the more bullish forecast, which is what I've been going with since since we were back in this area. So we're going more bullish, and so this is kind of the setup that I'm looking at, where we had this flat, and now we were off this impulse down. But because it is an impulse, you really need to be careful for another swing lower. So that's why we have to keep an eye on another dump coming. So don't be surprised if it takes another massive dump. But it's in kind of this area where the market is going to figure that out in the next several trading days. IWM, the same thing. So was in a super area of support and found buyers, and I do believe it will come out of this again in this kind of flat pattern, and we should be coming out of this. If this is a connector, then IWM's 184. 176, and that's like that's pretty much a full round trip on the November-December pump. So very important pivot again right here, 192. All right, Bitcoin broke bullish and now it's reversing. So I think Bitcoin, there's really no more setup. This wave 5 could be finished at any moment, and that could require a much bigger retrace in 3 waves over several month periods, something like that. Whenever this happens, we have the divergence playing out. So I do believe Bitcoin is going to have a bigger correction coming now that we made this higher high. Natural gas has been doing great. That has just been really a nice trade overall. We've extended, we erased divergence here, and my count shows some more 4s and 5s. And at the end of this sequence, we'll see what happens. It could turn into another 1-2 and just continue to squeeze higher. This seems like a really good setup here. And then the dollar index could make another drop in X to finish X to get Y. X could be done here. We need to just I think it's going to chop around. This also shows that we might have that second leg down in the market that I was telling you to be careful about. The VIX struggling at this area of resistance, and it does look like it's trying to break down lower. Some technology real quick. Let's take a look at some of our stocks we love to trade. So Tesla broke down, it broke back. So this was our downtrend line. It tried to back test it in this area where we could have bounced. It failed. So now when you look at this, this is a connector of some kind, or a 1-2 of a wave down. So this setup is now lost. So if you were trying to trade it on the long side, you should be stopped out at this point. So more than likely we're still in this kind of higher degree wave 2. So the better forecast would be something like an A, B, and C, something like that. So there's really nothing left to do with this. I wouldn't trade Tesla. I would wait to get a clearer structure out of Tesla. We could still be in wave 2 and an A, B, C. So, but the setup on the bullish side is now lost, in my opinion. It needs more downside, at least in a deeper wave 3. In now the next area, if you're trying to take a long in Tesla, is going to be a 220, 214 in this area. And then how's Apple doing? So Apple looks like this A wave is finished in 5, and we need B, and given the count we should get a C. So again, the market could be taking another dump lower, right? That's what Tesla and Apple are saying. The market should take another dump lower. Let's go to some of these other ones I've shown earlier. SYM in a buy area. Somewhere in here, we should get a bounce out of that. Palantir grinding lower. IONQ hit a buy area, is bouncing, trying to come out of that. AI came out of its corrective structure the other day, should be in a new bullish cycle. Adobe did bounce. It was premature. Could be a connector for a deeper pullback. So this is in a setup is lost now. If it were to pull back, it's just a new connector was born in Adobe, which would take it to 517, 501 down here now. Let's go back to AMD and Nvidia. We should look at those. Nvidia broke high. So this either extended in 5 or it's in a whole new bullish cycle. So we need to look at the RSI and see what happened. It looks like a wave 5 to me. So it looks like wave 5 is extending in Nvidia in 3 of 5 situation. It does seem like there's more upside in this wave 5 that needs to happen. Microsoft could be an A, B, C, D, E, and then drop 358. AMD looks like it. Again, it could be very bullish. This could be another 2 or 4. Looks like a wave 2 to me. So it looks like it could be a 2 out, but given where the market is, more than likely 2 is going to do some kind of flat pattern, something like this. Shopify broke out. This was a great opportunity, and we're out, and I think we just broke this high. Could be in a new cycle higher. And that's another setup I gave you guys earlier. Then watching DraftKings, looks like we're getting a new connector born, so this setup is now lost. But if it were to take another swing down to 27, like to buy that down there if this could happen. Fubo had a really big bounce out of this. We did come out of the corrective structure, and then it was a false breakout. We failed. We'll see if we can come out of that today, or this could be another connector for this move down, which would take it lower, right? So we'll have to wait and see, but this important pivot is at 286. If 286 is lost, then we're looking at a deeper correction. But eventually, these highs, it's going to be over $4. It takes time. So this would take it down to 223, more than 222, 223 if we lose this pivot. But again, it could turn into something like this. So if you're trading it, it could break it, rip higher, and then fail later and hit this level later. That's usually how it's done in this market. It's never just a straight down. It's never that easy, right? But I'll keep it on here just in case that breaks. And then GME is the same thing. We did break this low, but I was looking. At first I thought this would be a new connector, but it really isn't. If you look at the symmetry here and here, so it's really part of this corrective leg. So it's just an extended leg. It's still in the buy area, so I still think this is due for a relief rally or a bottom in wave 2. So I'm still not worried about GME given the setup I'm seeing. once we bounce, you'll form a new connector that either will lead us to new lows or not, or become a new bullish cycle out of this. But I do look at this. It seems to me we're in the Y leg of the wave 5 of the Y leg down with bullish divergences here forming. So we should be coming out of this soon, hopefully. All right, that's all I got for my video today. So I think if you look at big cap tech, a lot of the evidence shows this more bullish setup is not likely. I just have it labeled here, but I think the most likely path would be something more impulsive in a classical ABC pattern, where we don't have a flat here, where you put the 1 here and you have an A, B, and then C, and then this. If this happens, this would be a great opportunity with a clear 3-wave structure to go long, and I would like to go long the triple bull ETFs if this happens in these areas, because the structure is so clear. If this can happen, if we can get this dump in the next 2 or 3 trading days, this would be a great opportunity. But of course, what we've noticed is opportunities are hard to find in this market. The market does tend to be uber bullish, so this is the uber bullish forecast, Moonboy forecast. So I have it charted this way, because whatever this is a new bullish cycle. This corrective cycle is over. This is over. This downtrend is over. We're in a new uptrend until further notice, but I would be careful that a new downtrend will start at any moment, given this connector with the right news, and then we get this dump, given what I see in big cap tech. But we'll have to wait and see how this market evolves. But you just have to take the setups as they come. As the pitches come to you, you take them, and you just sit back and wait for your pitch. You don't try to chase it and buy whatever randomly and hope it's going to go up or down, or just buy calls on Tesla, because that's what everyone says to do. Like I said, like there's a lot of stocks like they're showing some more weakness. I think Tesla's a big big warning for the market, for Bitcoin and crypto too, with this breakdown right here. So we'll have to wait and see if Tesla can trade down to this area that I have highlighted, and then see if we can come out of a higher degree wave 2 and out. And of course, this is the most important pivot, 194. Lose that, then we're talking 140, and then more than likely 70, which would mean the indices could be finished B, but I don't think so. So these are the things we want to keep an eye on. All right, guys, that's all I've got. Talk to you later.